Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Inhabit Mars channel. I got my little helper here today. Say hi. Hi. I hope everybody's doing good. I have been working on some stuff, and I'm doing a little better, so I hope everyone's doing well. I hadn't been totally wasting my time, but uh, I did some Ryan King videos. If you look up Ryan King art, and I'll try to put a link in the bottom, he has some very, very good tutorials on how to model some stuff. So this is a Christmas tree that I modeled from one of his videos. And here's my daughter's favorite. Here you go, sweetie. She's been asking for these for a while. What's that? What's that? What is that? Yeah, your mushrooms, huh? So I've been doing a few of his videos. He's got some really, really good. Yeah, that's your mushrooms. She loves the mushrooms. I thought about animating them for her. I'm pretty decent with animation. Of course, he's got videos on animation also, but if I can get a little better, I may do that. I'm still, of course, dealing with the vision and the nausea and headaches and stuff when I try to concentrate. So I've been working a little bit on. Yeah, here's your mushrooms over here. Um, yeah, that's Mama mushroom. That's a Lara mushroom, and that one's Aurora mushroom. She's looking at her mushrooms. The one on your right would be the Alara mushroom. Yeah, and that's your sister mushroom, right? So I've done a little work on our Sojourner one. I've been working on that. Of course, like I said, I've been doing some training videos also, and so so hopefully I'll get that finished up. It's just so hard to concentrate on that stuff, but I wanted to get into this video now. Once again, I'm included in a email chain, and they were discussing this image. Chris did a video on it, which is great because I love the way he burns through the image and cleans it up and everything. I know I've said it 100 times, but he does fantastic work cleaning up these images and making it to where I can actually model the stuff on it. So let's take a look at the image here. This is the image as it came from, what is it called? JAXA? Whatever the China Rover is. He put a link to it, and I'll try to put a link to the image that comes from their rover. Okay, and this is the rover that's on the moon. And if you look in the background, a lot of people have been talking about this cube object, and that's what I got included in the email chain. Sorry, my throat's a little dry. I know you want some too. And, everybody's asking, what is this cube that's on the moon? Now, if you look real close, before I show you the work that Chris did on it, if you look real close, you can see the cube, but you can see that it actually extends into the soil, which is what I noticed. Now, I didn't notice all the stuff in detail like Chris noticed when he burned through it, but I could tell that cube actually extends into the soil, and I didn't know exactly what was going on. So I'm really glad that Chris put out this video. Let me show you what he did on this. Now, this is his burn right here. This is what he did on this video. Yeah, I know you want your mushrooms back. Hold on, we'll get back to the mushrooms. Okay, this is the work that Chris did on this. And here, sit back someone. You see? Now you're in the camera. You can already see where he shows how that cube-like object, which is just off to the right of center. Let me go back to the original. Okay, see it in there? Sticking up just above the horizon in the background. and then here. And you can see how it extends down. What that is, I don't know. It looks like some sort of tower or something. That's kind of how I modeled it. When we get into the modeling portion, I'll show you. Now, what I did, and believe me, I tried to enhance it on my own, and I couldn't get any better. Of course, he's the master at this. I've said that 100 times. Hey, shh. So what I did was took his burn, and I upped the exposure, and then I put a brightness contrast filter, and I took some of the brightness out of it, just a little bit. And then I brought up the, hey, stop playing with that. I brought up the contrast, all right, so we could see these structures or whatever they are. They literally look like buildings. But I honestly don't know how far this is supposed to be from the rover. So they're either more in the distance than it looks like. Maybe they had zoomed in on this or cropped the image after they got it. I don't know. Or maybe these are small and they're not buildings. I don't know. But definitely this cube you can see in this image definitely extends down into the soil, which, like I say, I could tell it extended down some, but I didn't know it went all the way down like this. So I really got to hand it to him on that. That was really good work. So let's go into Blender now, and hopefully I can see all this well enough. I know my soil texture is a little bit off. I think it's from the lighting because I have it gray, but I have the sun maybe a little too yellow, and so that'll change the lighting on the soil. And but anyway, this right here. You know what? I'm sorry. Let me go up here first. Oops. I always do that, don't I? Don't I, Alara? Okay, hopefully it's not blown out from the lighting. Okay, so here we go. I should have showed you this first. This is the same image, okay, and I believe this was, this was Chris's burn, and all I did was add a brightness and contrast filter. What did I add to it? Now I'm second guessing myself here. Okay, yeah. I added a color ramp here, and then a brightness contrast filter just to bring some stuff out. And then, of course, it goes into your principal shader. But that's all I did to his image was just bring up the Hey, you're bumping my arm. I just brought up the contrast a little bit and ran it through a color ramp. So here we are. This is the same image. And I'm going to go ahead and hide all these buildings. Oh my gosh, I can't see. Okay, there we go. So now all the buildings are hidden. You can see this is his burn here. I got these structures modeled here, and they're kind of coming at you at an angle. Okay, they're not coming straight at the rover. Okay, but when I bumped the contrast, I ran it through a color ramp first, and then put a brightness contrast filter here in Blender. Now I did that in GIMP with the image that I enhanced, but to model I try to use either the original or his burn because he just does it so well. But you can definitely see these have geometry. They're very symmetric. So they literally look like buildings. Now, once again, how far this is from the rover, I don't know. That's where the image started here. And then you can see this over here. He's kind of circled this over here. And I didn't get to modeling these back here. I started getting a really bad headache again. So I said, well, let me just take a break for a little bit, and then I'll come back and probably record a video. Because the main thing that was going around in the email chain is, what is this cube-shaped object here? And now me personally, based on the work that Chris did and the enhancements that I did here, hold on, let go of my fingers. Okay, it looks like a tower. It looks like a tower that's actually going into a building. And so I don't think it's just a cube sitting on the surface. Chris goes in depth, and of course I'll put a link to his video on how that was just a texture added. And if it wasn't a texture, if that was the real soil, you wouldn't be able to burn through it like this. All right, you wouldn't be able to bring out stuff underneath. So something was underneath that texture, and they they do just like NASA does and put a texture over stuff to try to cover it up, and then if you're not really looking, you think, oh, okay, it's a pretty shot of the moon. Now, why they left the cube in, and even I love you, even he asked this is why would they just leave the cube in there? And did they forget? And no, I think it's kind of, I don't think they forgot. And it's just my opinion. I think it's kind of like NASA. They always leave a few breadcrumbs. So if you really, really want to get into it, you will do the work and you'll see what's really there. Now, they're not going to give you any high detailed images so you can really make out a lot of stuff. But actually, we can kind of see a good bit in this image. So let's go back to Blender. Stop pressing buttons, girl. I'm going to have to put you down. Hang on. There we go. Oh, I forgot we're already in Blender. We're not looking at the... Okay, so let me bring back the buildings, and we can go through these buildings one at a time. Then we'll look at it in the 3D model. Oh my gosh, I can't see. I got to close one eye. Move your finger, girl. All right, so let's start. I guess I want to start with this building here on the right. And I'm calling them buildings. I don't know what they are. They're some sort of structures, but I labeled them as buildings, and I'm calling them buildings because I honestly don't know what they are. It's just what they look like. So let's start with this one. We're going to move this one out of the way. Wow, I had that off a little bit. Grab on the Y. Let's adjust that real quick. Whoops. Yeah, girl, you're making it hard. Rotate. Oh, thought I had all this done. Sorry. Okay, so there we go. Grab on the Z. It actually needs to... I had this rotated. I don't know what happened. Okay, so now we're looking at it about the same angle. And when you get in close up here... Oops. Okay. You can see... You can just barely make it out in here. But it looks like there's windows in the front. Maybe a door on the second level, which is right here. Okay, and it almost looks like it repeats on the first floor too, but I'm not sure. But the shape is definitely here. Let me see. I hate to keep going back and make you dizzy, but I want to show you. If you look at the building that's on the right, I wish you could see where I'm pointing. The structure that's on the right, if you look in close, and you may want to use your magnifiers for this, is it looks like there's some sort of tanks and pipes on the roof, and that's what I'm about to show you over here. So this is the one that's on the right. I could bring up the contrast. Let me see. Bring down the brightness a little bit. I have it. Hey, stop moving. Okay. Let's bring down the brightness just a little bit. So I really want to show you. And can we bring up the contrast? Is that going to help, or down? Can I get in there? It's not going to help enough. How did I get that earlier? Gosh dang it. Oh, don't bump me, don't bump me, don't bump me. Yeah, that's too much. Maybe if I bring up the black levels on the color ramp. It's about the best it's going to get on here. Okay. This is the building here. I don't want to waste too much time. But it looks like it has the real shiny parts on top. It looks like a tank and these pipes coming out here, going down into tanks on the top. And this is the shape that this building seems to have, or structure. I don't know if it's a building or not. Once again, I can't tell you the size, but yeah, you can see that definitely in there. Okay, that's that one. Girl, you make it hard to hit the right buttons. And then, how am I doing on time? Oh gosh, we're almost there already. Okay, so then we got these three. Let's move these out of the way. And you can see there looks like one. Oh gosh, girl. 1, 2, 3 right there. That's these here. Okay. And why is this one not supposed to be that close? Is what you get for getting in a hurry. All right. And I didn't get a chance to model these two here, but this, hey, stop moving. Yeah, it's Gummy Bear. Hang on. Okay. And, whoops. Okay. This seems to be what this tower looks like. All right. And let me go back to this image one more time. I got to hurry. Nope, not that image. Let's go to Chris's image. Chris's was right there. Okay, so you can kind of see that in about the middle of your screen, how that comes down, and it looks like it goes into a building. If you look at the enhancement I did, you can see the bottom of that one has kind of a square shape. Hold on, sweetheart. There we go. Get rid of. Okay. So, let's move this one out of the way. Grab on the Y. Oh, I already moved it. And there we go. It seems to have a square shape underneath. Maybe like a door or something there in the front. But there's that tower. And I'm not exactly sure of the shape. I wish it was clearer. But this is kind of what I saw as the shape of it. And that's what it looks like there. So and then we have these two over here, and then we're going to go down to the model real quick. And I am not sure exactly what these are supposed to be, but they have a weird shape, and I'm not sure I have it right. Over here, it was a little more blurry and hard to get. I know that there's buildings behind it, or structures, or whatever they are. Some sort of geometric patterns are behind it also, and actually up here to the left too, and that one is just too far to make out. But that's what these look like. So let's go. We got 2 minutes. Let's go back to our model. Now the terrain, like I say, is not exact. Okay, let me go to camera view. This is the camera view, and this is about the same angle from our image. So I wanted to start with that so you could see that how that sticks up over the horizon. But as Chris says, this actually seems to be closer to the front than on this hill in the background. And how much space there is between the Rover and the buildings, I don't know. I don't know how far they are, the structures. So I don't know how far they are, but this is kind of how they look and what we're looking at here. All right, these three are in a row. The ones that are over here with this, which this apparently did not get set on the ground. Grab on the edge. Okay, there we go. We're on the ground. It's close enough. All right, and that's. Hey, get your elbow off the computer. You're. All right, so that's what we got. It was just a quick model, and I hope I was able to explain it pretty well. But you know, look at Chris's video. I'll put links to his videos in the description. Boy, that one's off the ground too. I know I set these on the ground before I started recording. But anyway, all right, well, that was just a quick model, and hopefully y'all enjoy your holidays, and I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I was going to try to get the other video out Thanksgiving. That didn't happen, and now we're in December, and I figured I better put out a video, and this was a perfect one. Like I said, I was included in the email chain, and I said, let me see what I can do on that. And then Chris, like I say, put out this video yesterday or day before. I think it was day before. And I said, oh, perfect. Everyone's been talking about this. Perfect time to do it. So I hope y'all have a good holiday, and I hope everyone has been doing well. You want your mushrooms one more time? All right, let me bring up the mushrooms. Hold on. Daddy can't see, so he's trying to get there. Yeah, I'm having trouble seeing. There's your mushrooms. There we go. All right. So y'all have a good evening, and we'll see you on the next video. I got a few that I want to do some models on that he's been posting lately, and actually one that Dave Gannett has posted. Of course, he always posts good finds, and I always want to do some of his, but he already puts them in 3D. If you're any good at doing the X3D, you can see them. I can't do the X3D anymore, sadly, with after the stroke. I'm just double vision. Every time I try see double vision. Before I had the stroke, everything was fine. But all right, well, you guys have a good evening, and we'll see you on the next one.